is Bill's Max Schrader bringing a Kane Bayern shirt to an Ange Postecoglou presser. Ange Postecoglou pretty upset about this, it would seem. He said, what could I say about that? Nothing. Feels like it's a bit of a weird thing to do. Anyway, this leads us into the fact that the whole talk has been on Harry Kane and whether he will be leaving Spurs for Bayern. Monday's English papers are reporting that Spurs owner has told Daniel Levy if Harry Kane doesn't sign a contract extension, then he must be sold. It says there, you see, shock U-turn alerts United. Bayern. So, Jan, this is the first time we've seen you since all of this, since Uli Hoeneß has said that if Kane's to keep his word, he will be coming to Bayern next season, and all of this surrounding it, including the papers and the headlines that we're seeing for Monday morning. What's your reaction to it all?
Well, there's so many things happening here. You have, on one side, you have a party who say nothing, meaning Tottenham, Levy and Kane. And then you have Uli Hoeneß turning up for a training session and starts with a sentence, I won't say a thing. And then he spoke for 10 minutes about all the strategy, everything Kane and the entourage told him. That is point number one. Point number two, before Stevie will say it, I think that a journalist turning up with that shirt, he will call that German humor, because I thought that was that was not disrespectful.
Definitely.
You shouldn't do that. I mean, I think that is a terrible joke, and I understand, to be fair, that he's thrown out of the game that was cancelled, by the way. But anyway, he was thrown out. But what is interesting with this is that, of course, that I think that Kane and his entourage have said that he can go to Bayern. I would love to go to Bayern. But on the other side, you have Tottenham that, of course, the papers will say tomorrow that sign up, or you can leave. But I still think that we will have this kind of soap opera or saga, call it what you want, for another couple of 3 weeks. Because I think Levy will like Kane to say that he wants to leave. He apparently has told that to Bayern, but we just have to believe the German sources on that one. So I think this will still be a game. I think that we could end up that Harry Kane could play a league game for Tottenham and still end up leaving Tottenham, because I think this could be late. Because you have Bayern, whatever Bayern is saying or doing or strategy or Uli Hoeneß or German reports, you have to make a mega deal. Yeah, a mega offer. That's the only way you can get Harry Kane. And now we're talking about £100 million. I think that is 150 million euros for a soon-to-be 30-year-old striker. And it was also a report today that Bayern want to give him a 4 or 5 years contract, making the best paid player in Germany. So this is a big deal. And you can understand that Levy getting a bit impatient and a bit furious over Uli Hoeneß. And I just want to say at the end, people think that Uli Hoeneß did that as a strategy because they wanted to get an amount from Bayern. From Tottenham. No. The insiders of Bayern tells us that they were furious about the strategy of Uli Hoeneß, that they had to say sorry to Tottenham about it all, because that was not the fair way to do it.
Do you hope he comes, though, Jan, to Bayern?
Say again?
Do you hope that he goes to Bayern?
As a German fan, I would love him to go to... As a fan
of the Bundesliga, would you like to see
yes,
that? And
absolutely.
Also, just as a Harry Kane fan, what do you think he should do?
I think that Harry Kane so far has done the right thing. He has said nothing. He has kept himself quiet. Apparently, he has told Bayern that I think he would probably said, if I go abroad, that I will go to Bayern. And I think that this could be a great adventure for Harry Kane. But so far, I've seen him doing the right thing. He is also the skipper of England. He is the skipper of Spurs. He can't be seen not loyal to them. For the German Bundesliga, after the Premier League taking out all their biggest talent, if that's been Haaland, or La Liga is taking Bellingham, they're taking Sancho as quick as he was good in Dortmund. This would be a fantastic win for the German Bundesliga to take the England captain and have him playing in Germany.
Why are you shaking your head, Frank?
Because I disagree, and it's rare with Jan. I think the Kane episode has been lasting for too long now, and he should speak out. So, it was nice to not say anything for a while, but now he has to say what he wants, because, again, it's been lasting too long. I mean, I think it would be a very good thing for him to go to Bundesliga, because he will find a club, and with all due respect for Spurs, he will go for a club who can win something. And at the end of the day, yeah, he's a fantastic striker. He's been loyal to Spurs for more than a decade. Now he should think about himself, and before retiring, maybe thinking of getting some silverware, which he's going to get if he plays for Bayern Munich. He can't go to Manchester City. He didn't go to Real Madrid. He didn't force for anything. If I were him, I would say, you know what? I'm sorry, Mr. Levy. I want to win stuff, and it's impossible right now. And I've done what I had to do. So it's a good time. Yes, Bellingham and others from Bundesliga are coming to the Premier League, but he has to be a little bit selfish now and think about himself and go to the Bundesliga in order to get titles and maybe get a Champions League, because Bayern Munich is one of the best clubs in the world.
What did you make of that German humour? Is that what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, it's first ever. There's always a first ever, right? I'll be honest. I can't actually think that anybody believes that Levy said that. This is a guy that doesn't show his cards. This is a guy who always tries to be in charge of the whole situation. A guy who never speaks, but all of a sudden he turns around, and when he does speak, it's that. No, I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. He's not going to do that. He's completely put himself in a corner. He's completely put himself against the wall by saying, well, if he doesn't sign, then we're selling him. Why would he do that?
But it's not
He's
him.
never come close to that in his life.
Him. It's above him. It's the higher-ups telling him that that's what it has to be.
I don't believe it. I'm sorry.
But it's interesting, okay, just to end this, it's quite interesting, because we always say that if not, they're losing the money. But, I mean, they can be doing a math saying that if Tottenham get into the Champions League by keeping him for 1 year and so on and so on. So I think that you can take that in the other different ways. But I think that Tottenham so far has been perfect. Harry Kane has been perfect. Yes, you can discuss, as Frank is saying, maybe he will come out. But I don't think, Frank, you've seen anything from Harry Kane's behaviour the last decade that he will come out and say that I want to leave Tottenham Hotspurs. We remember what happened 2 years ago when he was going to Manchester City. It was not a strike, but he didn't turn up for training. So that is as far as he has gone. And he had a fantastic season last season. To make the next step for him now to win silverware, I think but the Tottenham fans will never respect that, Frank. There is no chance that they will understand Harry Kane leaving the club. That's just the name of our game.
OK, final prediction, Jan. September 1st, who's Harry Kane playing for?
I will say now 65-35 Bayern Munich.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.